Most men will do almost anything to avoid 3 words. They'll reframe what they said. They'll let silence fill the space where an apology should go. They'll wait, hoping time smooths it over. Anything except saying the simple truth out loud, I was wrong. That's not integrity, that's fear. And there's a real difference between the two. When we refuse to admit a mistake, we tell ourselves we're holding firm, standing on principle. But if you're honest, that's usually not it. What you're protecting is your image. You don't want to look stupid. You don't want to give someone else the satisfaction of being right. You don't want to feel small. The problem is that this kind of protection backfires. The people around you already know you made the mistake. They saw it or felt it. The only question is whether you'll acknowledge it or pretend it didn't happen. When you pretend, you don't protect your image, you damage it. You look rigid, not confident. Real confidence isn't the absence of error. It's the ability to face error and move through it without falling apart. Think about someone in your life who never admits fault. A boss, a parent, a friend. How much do you trust them? How much of yourself do you actually share with them? Probably not much, because a person who never admits fault has quietly told you that being right matters more to them than the truth does. And once you know that, you stop bringing them anything real. That's the real cost. Not the brief sting of admitting you were wrong, but the slow erosion of trust that happens when you never do. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire and still wrote honestly about his own failures. He reflected that our task is to do what is right, not to preserve our pride. The Stoics saw error not as something to hide, but as something to examine. Clinging to being wrong when you know better isn't strength. It's just stubbornness with a mask on. Benjamin Franklin made it a deliberate habit to acknowledge his mistakes. He found that it helped people receive his ideas more openly. A man who holds his ground past all evidence isn't strong, he's stuck. So here's what a real admission looks like. Say it directly. Don't bury it under so much explanation that the other person has to dig for it. Skip the but, because I was wrong but you also is not an apology, and mean it. People can tell the difference between a performance and the real thing. Here's what most people don't expect. It usually feels like relief. Something loosens in you when you stop defending a position you know is wrong. Think of one place right now where you know you were wrong and haven't said so. Say it plainly to the person who deserves to hear it. Then let it go.